Every year, military families PCS to Hampton Roads, and half of them end up in the wrong neighborhood. Either the commute crushes them, the schools don't fit, or they realize too late they could have had twice the house for the same money just one city over. So today, I'm breaking down the real top neighborhoods for military families in Chesapeake, Virginia. Not the ones your buddy from the ship mentioned 3 years ago. I'm Jason Edwards, retired Navy Senior Chief turned real estate advisor, and I've helped dozens of service members and veterans make this move without the headaches. We'll talk about the neighborhoods that actually work for your PCS timeline, which ones are worth stretching for, and the spots you might want to avoid altogether. Because finding the right home isn't just about a zip code, it's about protecting your time, your family, and your sanity. Let's get after it. What's going on? Particularly the south side cities like Chesapeake, Suffolk, Portsmouth, Norfolk, and Virginia Beach. On this channel, I help military families, first-time homebuyers, and relocation clients make smart moves, literally and financially. Today, we're diving into the neighborhoods that consistently deliver the best balance of commute, comfort, and community for service members stationed anywhere from Norfolk Naval Station to Portsmouth Naval Hospital. Today, we're diving into the neighborhoods that consistently deliver the best balance of commute, comfort, and community for service members stationed anywhere from Norfolk Naval Station to Portsmouth Naval Hospital or NAS Oceana. By the end, you'll know exactly which areas fit your lifestyle, whether you want quiet acreage, great highway access, or newer construction with minimal maintenance. Before we dive in, drop a comment and let me know where you're currently stationed or where you're moving from. I like hearing how far people are coming to call Hampton Roads home. For me, when I joined the Navy, I moved from Wisconsin to Hampton Roads. Let's start with why Chesapeake stands out among the 7 cities of Hampton Roads. The current median home price sits around $411,750, up about 3.7% year over year, and homes are selling fast. A median of 20 days on the market, according to the local MLS. We've got 768 active listings, which is actually up 21.7% from last year. So buyers have a little more breathing room than they did in the past years. Chesapeake's appeal really comes down to balance. You get larger homes, the average is over 2,200 square feet, a lower flood risk. About 13% of properties are in high-risk zones compared to about 28% in Virginia Beach. Chesapeake also has lower property taxes, $1.01 per $100 of assessed value, and fewer HOA fees since you're not paying that coastal condo premium. Add in a strong, highly rated school system, a suburban feel, and easy access to a lot of the major bases, and it's easy to see why so many military families end up here, even if their orders technically say Norfolk. One of my clients, a Navy chief coming from San Diego, told me he just wanted space, somewhere his kids could ride their bikes without having to worry about traffic, but still close enough that he wasn't burning a tank of gas every single day. We ended up finding him a nice 4-bedroom home in Grassfield, and his commute to Portsmouth Naval Hospital is right around 22 minutes door to door. Even though he has to commute through a tunnel, it's worth it to him. And that's what I do every week. Help families find the right fit. So if you're starting your home search, my contact information's in the description below. Call, text, or email me anytime. No pressure, just real advice. If you've heard of Chesapeake, you've likely heard of Great Bridge. It's one of the city's most established and consistently popular areas, especially for families and service members looking for that classic suburban feel. Some quick stats on Great Bridge. Typical prices are usually low to mid 400,000. The commute is right around 25 to 30 minutes to Norfolk Naval Station. Homes are mostly single family with larger yards and mature trees. Great Bridge is that small town inside a big city kind of area. You've got community events, solid schools, and neighbors who still wave when you drive by. Maybe sometime. It's a great match for dual military families or anyone who wants predictability, stable values, safe streets, and minimal surprises. If you've got a dog, a minivan, and a Costco membership, you'll fit right in here. If you already own in Great Bridge, congratulations. This area consistently ranks among the top for resale stability in all of Hampton Roads. Next, let's talk about Grassfield, just south of Great Bridge. This area exploded with new construction over the last decade and continues to be one of the hottest relocation zones in Chesapeake. Some quick stats on Grassfield. The price range is usually between about the high 300,000s to the mid 500,000s, but definitely continues up from there. Commute, you're looking at about 25 to 30 minutes to Portsmouth Naval Hospital. Home types are a lot of newer builds, like 20 to 15 and newer. These homes are practically tailor-made for VA buyers. Open floor plans, energy efficiency, and usually no major inspection issues. Builders here know military timelines, and some even offer closing cost incentives for service members. Homes in Grassfield average about 2,400 plus square feet, and appreciation has held pretty steady around 3 to 4% annually since 2020. You're not overpaying for height. You're paying for space and convenience. For families balancing deployments and school schedules, low maintenance living can be a blessing. One of my clients that was stationed at Oceana said that they didn't want another fixer-upper while he's gone half the time on deployment. Grassfield gave them the peace of mind that everything's move-in ready. Not to mention, you're a short drive from a lot of Chesapeake's many amenities. Heading further south, Hickory gives you a little bit more breathing room. If Great Bridge is kind of suburbia, Hickory is suburbia maybe with elbow room. Some quick stats on Hickory. The median price is around $475,000 and up, so a little bit pricier than the other ones. The commute is about 30 to 35 minutes to Naval Station Norfolk, depending on traffic. And from Hickory, you're going to catch some of the tourist traffic in the summertime to and from the Outer Banks on 168. Property types, usually larger lots, sometimes some acreage. They do have a top-rated school district. Hickory attracts folks who want the calm of rural life, but still need access to city amenities. It's also popular with retired military or dual-income families who prefer fewer neighbors and more sky. One of my favorite transactions a couple years ago was another Navy chief who was also moving cross-country and had to buy sight unseen. We found a property in Hickory with a nice yard and a huge front porch that him and his family still love today. Because of the lot sizes in school districts, Hickory homes hold their value exceptionally well. They sometimes take a little bit longer to sell than maybe Greenbrier or Deep Creek, usually around 30 days or so, but that's because buyers are waiting for something special. If you love morning coffee with the sound of birds instead of the sound of freedom, Hickory might be calling your name. Now let's shift gears a little bit. Greenbrier is where Chesapeake starts feeling more urban, but without the chaos of Norfolk or Virginia Beach. Some quick housing stats for Greenbrier. Price range is low to mid 300,000s to probably the low 500,000s. For commute, you're looking at about 20 to 25 minutes to Norfolk or Portsmouth. Lifestyle is kind of suburban, urban hybrid with a ton of shopping, dining. Pretty much any store that you might want is in the Greenbrier area. That's kind of an amenity hub. This is where you'll find big retail centers, chain restaurants, gyms, and everything else you need within about a 10-minute radius. It's perfect for busy families or anyone who hates wasting weekends running errands all over the region, because Hampton Roads is very spread out. Greenbrier's convenience can be a lifesaver during deployment. One parent that was a client told me it's easier being 10 minutes from everything, especially when you're solo parenting when the service member is deployed. Greenbrier is kind of a tactical headquarters for errands. Target, Chick-fil-A, and Home Depot, all right in the same area. Even though it's more built up, Greenbrier's home prices have stayed pretty stable. The mix of established neighborhoods and newer townhomes mean there's really something for almost every budget. Properties here sell fairly quickly, under 20 days or so on average, because of demand from commuters and military renters, as well as its central location on the south side. Next, let's talk about one of Chesapeake's best kept secrets, Deep Creek. Some quick stats about Deep Creek's real estate. The median price is about the low to mid 300,000s. Your commute, you're looking at about 25 to 30 minutes to Portsmouth Naval Hospital, probably about 35-ish minutes to Norfolk Naval Station. There's a mix of homes. You've got older brick ranches, newer subdivisions, and pretty much everything in between. Deep Creek is a favorite among a lot of first-time VA buyers. It's affordable, fairly centrally located, and offers great access to both Route 17 and the Jordan Bridge without crossing into higher tax zones. Appreciation here has also been steady at roughly 3% a year, but because the median price is lower, monthly payments stay manageable even with today's rates. I just recently helped a Navy couple find a home here for just under $300,000. Once again, sight unseen. They closed with 0 down using their VA loan and moved in within 30 days. It was their first home, and they thanked me for making the process so easy, while they have to worry about the stress of moving cross-country. Heading a little west, you'll find Western Branch, right on the edge of Portsmouth. This area is a fantastic option for anyone who wants Chesapeake amenities without the long commute into Norfolk. Some quick stats on Deep Creek real estate. The median price is around the low 400,000s. Commute, you're looking at about 15 to 20 minutes to Portsmouth Naval Hospital, probably more like 25 to 30 to Naval Station Norfolk. It's got a mix of established communities and newer subdivisions. Western Branch offers strong home values and convenient access to I-664. For military families with one spouse working in Norfolk and the other at the hospital, this location can literally save hours a week in drive time. Inventory, though, is a little bit tighter here. Resale values remain pretty solid, though, because demand never really dips. Military and shipyard workers keep the market stable pretty much year-round. And last but not least, let's talk about South Norfolk, one of Chesapeake's oldest sections, now seeing new life through revitalization and redevelopment. This area features early 20th century homes, small local businesses, and the proximity to downtown Norfolk via the Compostela Bridge. Some quick facts on South Norfolk real estate. The median home price is around the mid-200s to about the low 300s. It's got a mix of older single-family homes, as well as some of those older homes that are being updated, flipped if you will. Also, ongoing redevelopment projects funded by the city. South Norfolk has a lot of character. Think historic charm meets progress. It's attracting investors and first-time buyers looking for affordability with future growth potential. It's an evolving area with both challenges and opportunities. And for some buyers, that mix makes it worth exploring. All right, let's zoom out for a second. Across Chesapeake, you'll find a mix of newer homes, bigger lots, and more stability than in many coastal cities. Because Chesapeake is so big, depending on where you live, your commute to Norfolk Naval Station is going to be roughly between 25 and 40 minutes, and to Portsmouth Naval Hospital, roughly between 15 and 30 minutes, and then to NAS Oceana, about 35 to 45 minutes. That's all depending on traffic as well. A quick overview of the real estate market. The median price, as I said earlier, is about $411,750. That's up 3.7% year over year. The median days on market is around 20 days. And the active for sale inventory at the time of this recording is about 768, which is up almost 22% since last year. That's a steady, healthy market, not overheated and not crashing. And lifestyle-wise, Chesapeake gives you green parks, one of my personal favorites, Oak Grove Lake Park, Northwest River Park, Chesapeake City Park, so many. Strong schools, and a community that supports its military family. You're close enough to Virginia Beach for a weekend beach trip, but far enough to avoid the summer tourist chaos. If you had to pick one, space, schools, or commute, which would matter most to you and your family? Drop your answer below. I read and respond to every single comment. So how do you decide which Chesapeake neighborhood is right for you? Here's a quick framework I give my clients. Start with your commute. Plug your base address into Google Maps at 7 a.m., not noon. Reality beats wishful thinking, unless you're not commuting at 7 a.m. Check the school boundaries. Even if you don't have kids, schools can definitely affect resale value. Compare HOA rules and flood insurance costs. Those can swing affordability by hundreds a month. Look at neighborhood age. Newer builds like Grassfield need less upkeep. Established areas like Great Bridge offer mature landscaping and a community feel. Think about resale. Hickory and Grassfield have been appreciation leaders, while Greenbrier stays pretty stable. And if you're torn and can't figure it out, reach out to me. I do relocation consults all the time. No pressure, just a strategy. The link's in the description below. Chesapeake is one of Hampton Roads' most consistent performers. Big homes, reasonable prices, and steady appreciation. If you're military or relocating here, you can't go wrong with neighborhoods like Great Bridge, Grassfield, Hickory, Greenbrier, Deep Creek, and Western Branch. Each offers its own balance of commute time, space, and lifestyle. And as always, if you're PCSing to or from Hampton Roads, I'd love to help make that transition as simple as possible. All my contact information is in the description below. Call call, text, or schedule a chat anytime. Don't forget to like this video if you want more deep dives into Hampton Roads living, and drop a comment about which neighborhood you'd pick. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll talk to you soon.